guys, welcome to Planet IELTS. My name is Nikhil Kapoor and in this video we are going to discuss about IELTS listening. IELTS listening is one of the receptive module of IELTS. It helps to judge your ability to understand what the other person is saying. In this video, I will be telling you about the detailed information of IELTS listening, and after that I will be giving you some tips that are important for you to score good band in IELTS. Before moving forward, I would request you guys to please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you will be notified for any videos that will be coming in the future. Also, to watch our previous video on IELTS test format, you can click on the icon here and I will also put a link in the description below. Now, let's start with the video. So let's begin with the duration of the test. IELTS listening test takes around 40 minutes. These 40 minutes are divided into two parts. 30 minutes is for the recording, which you need to listen and note down the answers into the question booklet. After that, you will be given 10 minutes to note down your answer into the answer booklet. Please note that in CD IELTS, you will be just given 2 minutes to revise the answer because you have to note down your answer into the computer screen while you listen. Let's move on to point 2. Point 2 says that IELTS listening will be same for journal test and for academic test. It means that there will be only one listening for both the tests. Point 3. There are 40 questions and these 40 questions are divided into 4 parts. If we talk about parts individually, part 1 is going to be a conversation mainly between two peoples. This conversation will be on social context. It can be a telephonic conversation. It can be like booking an appointment or renting an apartment or organizing a place. Please note that in part 1, you need to learn to listen to name, places and number. There will be separate videos for you to help to judge these names, places and number. These videos will be posted on our short channel. Before moving to part 2, I would request you guys to follow us on Instagram. You can check the link in the description or you can search IELTS online classes _. I'm most active on Instagram. You can DM me anytime to avail any information. Also, I post latest IELTS exam question along with answers, latest vocabulary, templates and phrases. You can also check our results and student feedback. Now let's talk about part 2. Part 2 is going to be a monologue. It means that there will be only one speaker. Part 2 is also going to be on social context. It is basically a guide describing a city or a building or an apartment. Moving on to part 3. Part 3 again is a conversation. But this time, this is going to be academic conversation. It is mainly between student and a teacher or a teacher discussing something with 2 or more students. Moving on to part 4. Part 4 is again a monologue which is on academic term. It is mainly a lecture given by a teacher to its student. Point 5. Parts will become more difficult as the test proceeds. It means that first part is going to be the easiest and the last part is going to be the most difficult. Point 6. There will be some time given to you to read the question and to revise the answer. Please note, for the first 3 parts, there will be a break in between of the question to read and to revise the answers. But in part 4, there is going to be no break. You have to write, you have to listen to all the 10 questions on one go. Point 7. IELTS test accept both American and British English. But please note, you should use either one. There is a difference of spelling in American and British English. For example, color is spelled C-O-L-O-R in American English and C-O-L-O-U-R in British. Flavor, F-L-A-V-O-R in American F-L-A-V-O-U-R in British. L-A-B-O-R, American labor. L-A-B-O-U-R, labor in British English. Organize. O-R-G-A-N-I-Z-E in American English. O-R-G-A-N-I-S-E in British English. Guys, you should only use one kind of English. If you're using American words, use American words throughout your listening. And if you're using British words, use British words throughout your listenings. Don't mismatch or confuse the word. It will lead to wrong answer. So let's move forward to our eighth point. It says that you will hear the recording only once, which means that you need to be attentive all the time because the recording will be not played again and again. Point 9. You need to use a pencil. It is often being asked by many students that whether we should use a pen or a pencil in a test. It is always recommended to use a pencil in your listening as well as in your reading. Number 10. 1 mark for one correct answer. There is no half mark. So, you will get 1 mark for each correct answer. Spellings are important. Spellings are very important. An incorrect spelling means wrong answer. 12. Technical academic language is not always paraphrased. Always remember that technical or the academic language will not be paraphrased. It will be given in the same form only. Number 13. There will be a range of accent use. But please note, there will be mainly British and American accent. Number 14. Answers can come quickly. Now, this is very important to note that your answers can come very quickly. So you need to be attentive all the time and be prepared for the next answer. Point number 15. Understand the word count. Word count is very important in listening. In IELTS listening, you don't need to write the whole answers. IELTS asks you to write answer in words and they will always give you some limit. For example, you will be given to write only one word or no more than 2 words or no more than 3 words. You can also be given no more than 2 words and or a number. It means that you can write 2 words and a number. For example, here we have written carpenter. The question says do not write more than 2 words and or a number. So the answer can be either one word, which is carpenter, or it can be 2 words, local carpenter. The question also says and or a number. So the answer can be 50 local carpenters. Or if the answer demands to be written only by the number, it can be 50. Another point here is each word is counted. Please note that in IELTS listening, every single word is counting. All the prepositions and articles are counted as a word. For example, here it is written a salesman. It is counted as 2 words. Now let's move on to 16th point, which is quotient types. IELTS listening have 4 main types of question. Gap filling, multiple choice question, match the information, and maps. Now let's talk about each type of question in detail. Gap filling, which is also called filling the blanks. There are 8 subtypes in gap filling. Number 1, sentence completion, in which the information will be given in the form of sentences and there will be a missing word which you need to listen and answer. Number 2, summary completion. It is similar to sentence completion, but there will be a shorter paragraph and you need to listen and answer. Short answer question. It is a form of question and answers and you need to answer in words. 1 word, 2 word, 3 word. Instead of writing a long answer, you just need to give answer in words. Form completion. There will be a form given to you and you need to fill the form while listening to the audio. It is a very common type of question, mainly in part 1. Notes completion. This is very common question in part 4 when a teacher is giving a lecture and you need to make notes. Flowchart completion. Now, in this, the information is given in the form of flowchart. There will be missing words and you need to find the words in this. Table completion. Instead of flowchart, the information will be given in form of table. Diagram labeling. Now, this is also a very common type of question where a diagram will be given and you need to label the diagram while listening to the audio. Part 2. Multiple choice question. It is also counted as the most difficult type of question in IELTS listening. In this, you will be given certain option and you need to choose one correct answer from these options. Now, why it is difficult? Because somehow or the other, the speaker will speak all the options. So you need to listen carefully that which option is correct. There can also be more options given like 7 or 8 and you need to do 1 or 2 questions from that. Match the information. Now, match the information is kind of a question where you will be given some features, some information in form of features, characteristics or extra information, and you need to match that information with the question. Maps. Now, it is also a very common and very important question. Maps can be in two forms, maps completion and finding location and direction. Map completion is a form of gap fill, whereas finding location and direction is a separate question, where you need to listen and find the locations and direction of different figures or different words given to you. For example, you are asked to find the location of a cafe in a building, or you're asked to find the location of hospital in the layout of a town. Point number 17, IELTS band description. It is very important for you guys to know that how much marks you need to score how many bands. For example, for 9 bands, you require 39 or 40 marks. Similarly, for 8.5 bands, you require 37 or 38 bands. For 8 bands, you require 35 to 36 marks. For 7.5, you require 33 and 34. For 7, 30, 31 and 32. 6.5 range from 27 to 29. 6th band range from 23 to 26. Similarly, 5.5 range from 29 to 22. 19 to 22. 5 band range from 15 to 18. 4.5 range from 13 to 14. 4 range from 10 to 12. 3.5, 8 to 9. 3, 6, 7. 2.5, 4 and 5. Now, let's start with the most important part of this video, important tips. These tips will help you to be on edge and score a higher band score in IELTS listening. Before starting with the video, I want to tell you about our online and offline classes services. Any one of you who want IELTS coaching can contact us on this number. Classes will be on one-on-one basis and batches are also available on request. There are both small batches and one-on-one classes on request. You can join either one, depend upon the availability. Now let's begin with the video. The first important tip is that you need to write either in capital letter or in lowercase. When you are noting down your answer onto the answer sheet, please note, either write all the answers in the capital letter or all the answer in lowercase. But while writing your answer in lowercase, please note, when you are writing a name or a place, the first letter of that word need to be capital. I recommend you guys to use capital letters for noting down all your answers. Next, look for the titles. For example, diagram, maps and tables. This will help you guys to judge the type of question and you can answer accordingly. Third point, check where all the questions are. This is a very common problem of all the students that they miss some questions. To avoid that, it is better to check the location of the question beforehand. Number 4, if you miss the answer, please move on to the next one. It is very important to keep going. Even if you miss a question, Please move on to the next one and don't think about the last one. Listen for the plurals. Now, in IELTS, if you need to write the answer in plural and if you don't write it in plural, instead you write in singular, you will lose the marks. So you need to learn to listen for the plurals. Point number 6. Don't try to understand everything. It is very important that in IELTS listening, you don't need to understand all the text. You just need to mark the important keywords and understand those keywords and focus on those. Number 7. Be prepared. You will be given some time to read the question. So, you need to be prepared in advance to listen to the answer. Also, keep things in mind that sometimes answer comes very quickly. So, be prepared for those that answer can come one by one and you need to be very much attentive to answer these questions. Also, keep your eyes on the next question. Once you are done with one question, move on to the next question. Don't fall for the trap. IELTS listening will give you or will have some common traps. For example, they may change the question. So, be attentive and look for the right answer. Don't hurry and answer very carefully. Make notes. In case you miss any question, don't worry. Make some notes. You will have some extra time in the end to revise the answers. In that time, you can actually refer to these notes and answer. There may be gap between the question, so don't panic. It happens sometime after one question, it takes a long time for the other question to arrive. In that case, many students get panic. So, this is a common practice. Don't get panic. Be attentive and wait for your answer. Answer all the question. There is no negative marking. It is very important for you guys to answer all the question. Even if you miss any question, guess. As there is no negative marking, there is chance that your guess may come right. So this is all for today's video. Please stay tuned for more such content in the future. If you like my work, please like, share and subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon. There will be more such videos in the future. This is Nikhil Kapoor signing off.